Their reputation on the way out has been tainted by the minister and the government as well, which again just seems incredibly wrong.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time this morning, Labour's Deputy Leader.
RNZ National.
RNZ is retiring the Kairanga AM transmitter serving the Manawatu Whanganui region. If you're hearing this message now, you'll be affected. RNZ National will no longer be available on this frequency from the middle of May. However, you can continue to listen by retuning to either 101.0 FM or 567 AM. That's 101.0 FM or 567 AM. Retune now and you can continue to listen uninterrupted. You can also still listen to us via the RNZ website, rnz.co.nz, Sky Digital Channel 421, on Freeview Channel 50, on iHeartRadio, and on your mobile phone through the RNZ app. For more information, visit rnz.co.nz/Kairanga. RNZ apologises for any inconvenience caused by this change. We now return to our regular programme.
Report. Ko Ingrid Hipkers TNA, I'm in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland. It is Rā Party, Thursday, the 8th of May.
Kia ora rā, ko Kairanga TNA in Wellington this morning. Today on RNZ National, the conclave to select the new Pope is underway, with the first smoke expected to rise from the Sistine Chapel chimney in May.
Yes, we've been watching that all morning. Pakistan accuses India of, quote, igniting an inferno in the region after launching a series of strikes.
Back home, 1800 former Porirua Hospital patients buried in unmarked graves are to get headstones paid for by the government.
MPs shared their views on whether Donald Trump's politics are affecting how other countries vote.
And Kiwi have returned to Nelson for the first time in more than a century. You text us with your views this morning to 108.
RNZ News at 6. Kia ora, good morning. I'm Nicola O'Brien. 143 Catholic cardinals from around the world are secluded in the Sistine Chapel to make their first vote in the process of electing a new pope. As black smoke rises from the chapel's chimney, no decision has been made. It's not until a pope has been chosen that the smoke signal is white. CNN's Ben Wiedemann reports from Vatican City.
Highly unlikely we're going to see any white smoke today, which means that after that, the cardinals will return to the Casa Santa Marta, the residence in the Vatican City that Pope John Paul II had specially built for these occasions, these conclaves. Of course, this conclave with 133 cardinals from 70 countries is the biggest conclave in the history of the church. In any event, they'll go back to the Casa Santa Marta, have dinner, and then tomorrow it will start all over again.
Pakistan's National Security Committee has condemned India's missile strikes as a heinous crime. It says they manifestly constituted acts of war and have ignited an inferno in the region. The BBC's Azadeh Moshiri reports from Islamabad.
Pakistan has said it reserves the right to respond to India's attack at a time and place of its choosing. The Prime Minister has called the airstrikes unprovoked, and the National Security Committee, made up of top government and military officials, has urged world leaders to hold India accountable. Islamabad has continued to deny that it had any involvement in the deadly incident in Pahalgam, but India believes militants based in Pakistan were responsible. Both India and Pakistan's armies have said there have been casualties from heavy firing across the line of control in Kashmir. Pakistan's response could determine whether this military confrontation escalates further.
A study predicts cases of inflammatory bowel disease are likely to double in New Zealand in the next 20 years. Otago University academics have worked with researchers around the globe on the study, published in the journal Nature Medicine this week. Inflammatory bowel disease includes Crohn's and ulcerative colitis, which can cause debilitating symptoms. One of the study co-authors, Richard Geary, says he was surprised to learn that cases have tripled in Canterbury since 2006. The study aims to help countries predict and plan for the number of future patients. More than $500 million has been spent on an ACT project that was meant to deliver 2 new mega ferries for Cook Strait. The IREX project, announced by the previous Labour government, was expected to replace the current ageing inter-islander fleet with 2 hybrid rail-enabled mega ferries by next year. At the end of 2023, 2023, the Finance Minister Nicola Willis pulled the plug on IREX because of spiralling costs. To date, the taxpayer has spent $507.3 million on the project, including investments at the Picton port and costs associated with winding IREX up. The police say they're disappointed the prosecution of more than 20 climate protesters who brought Wellington rush hour traffic to a halt numerous times has been abandoned. Crown lawyers this week decided not to proceed with a retrial of 3 defendants on charges of endangering transport after jurors were unable to reach a decision in the first trial. Mary Argue reports.
The protests in 2022 included people hanging banners from motorway gantries and abseiling above the Mount Victoria tunnel. A further 6 prosecutions of more than 20 other defendants have also been dropped. The acting Wellington District Commander, Inspector Lincoln Sycamore, says the result doesn't mean the protests were not dangerous. It's just that the police had insufficient evidence of the danger. He says the police will continue to take action against unsafe protest behaviour.
Disney is to open its first theme park in the Middle East. The resort, which will be in the United Arab Emirates on Abu Dhabi's Yas Island, is a collaboration between Disney and local leisure and entertainment company Nero. Disney already has 6 theme parks in North America, Europe and Asia. Its most recent opening was in 2016 in Shanghai. The first of 40 kiwi pukapuku, or little spotted kiwi, have arrived at Nelson's Brook Waimarama Sanctuary. The kiwi were moved from Kairanga Island and flown by members of the Nelson Aerospace. Sanctuary ecologist Robert Sardington says staff and volunteers have been working for many years to reintroduce kiwi. All going well, they're expected to breed in spring and hatch chicks around Christmas. The plan for another 20 kiwi pukapuku to be relocated from Kairanga Island to the sanctuary is on Sunday. That's the news.
Thanks, Nicola. Coming up shortly on Morning Report, we are on chimney watch. More than 130 cardinals are in seclusion in the Sistine Chapel, selecting a new pope. Of course, the colour of the smoke that emerges from the chimney there will let us know whether that decision-making process has been successful. First, though, Nathan is in with sport. Hi there, Nathan. The Kiwi basketballers have been in action. How have they gotten on?
Well, the Tall Blacks and Tall Ferns have both been beaten by Australia in the opening games of the 3-match Trans-Tasman Series, which were in Adelaide. The New Zealand women were outclassed 88-70 before the Tall Blacks fell 80-68. The next games are on Friday night on the Sunshine Coast. The New Zealand A cricketers were beaten by Bangladesh A by 87 runs in the second 50-over game of their 3-match series in Sylhet. Batting first, the hosts posted 344 for 5 before bowling New Zealand out for 257. Argentinian driver Franco Colapinto has replaced Australian Jack Doohan at Formula One team Alpine for at least 5 races, which start at Imola in Italy next week. The team says it plans to rotate drivers following an ongoing assessment. Alpine's team principal Oliver Oakes has resigned, though the team says his departure is unrelated to Doohan's dropping. And a Greek court has found a 20-year-old man guilty of manslaughter over the 2023 death of a policeman hit by a flare during clashes with hooligans at a volleyball game. Koina, ngā pūrongo hakinakina. That's your sports news. Nicola is back with weather after this.
Kia ora, I'm Sharon Brett-Kelly, and today on The Detail, I'm at Trends, the tourism industry's premier event in Rotorua. And part of the conversation is about who is not coming to New Zealand.
The massive group movement of Chinese, we believe, have fundamentally gone. So we believe that China is going to take a long time to recover.
The Detail on Apple, Spotify, RNZ, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Forecast from Met Service to midnight now, Northland to Waitomo, including Coromandel Peninsula, Taumarinui and Taupo. Showers, some heavy, and there may be thunderstorms to Coromandel and Louisiana. Bay of Plenty in Gisborne, showers arrived this morning, some heavy with a chance of thunder in Bay of Plenty. Taihape, Whanganui and Manawatu, also Hawke's Bay and Wairarapa. Mainly fine with some cloud in Whanganui this morning. Taranaki, Portofino, Carpenter Coast and Wellington, cloudy at times, isolated showers. Nelson and Marlborough, Buller and Grey, mostly cloudy. Isolated showers for Grey and Buller, widespread and heavier from afternoon. Westland and Fiordland rain, sometimes heavy with a chance of thunderstorms. Rain easing in Fiordland this evening. Canterbury mainly fine but increasing high cloud. Otago and Southland rain spreads north this afternoon, easing in Southland this evening. Chatham Islands often cloudy and there could be showers late this evening. In the main centres, Auckland a few showers, could be heavy, more frequent this evening. Southeasterlies turn northeasterly in the morning, a high of 21. Tauranga showers, some heavy, possibly thundery till evening, easterlies in 20. Hamilton fine patchy morning fog, a bit more cloud by midday and showers this evening, northeasterlies from late morning and a high of 20. Wellington mostly cloudy this morning and evening. Northerlies stretching this evening, 17. Christchurch mainly fine, thickening high cloud, gusty northerlies in 21. And Dunedin mainly fine with high cloud, there's rain from evening though. Gusty northerlies turn lighter southwesterly in the evening, a high of 20. You're listening to RNZ National. It's 8 minutes past 6.
Ngā mihi, thank you, Nicola. This is Morning Report on RNZ National. Good to have you with us this Thursday morning. As always, get in touch anytime through the program, 2101 on text. Well, smoke is yet to rise out of the Sistine Chapel chimney as Cardinals gather to vote on the new pontiff. It is the first and only vote scheduled for today. Now,